Okay guys, it's Brandon. I'm going to punch way above my weight class right now on this video. So the guy on the far right is Michael Levitas. That's the guy I talk about who's basically like a god when it comes to not only driving a car, but more importantly, engineering and setting up a car properly, understanding all the different aspects of what makes a car function optimally on a racetrack. And on the left is a guy by the name of Randy Pobst. Okay, so we are basically snooping on Michael Levitas's Facebook page here, and I like this guy a lot, and I always talk highly of him. When you look around here, you'll find eventually where he and Randy Pobst back in 2003 were racing together. Okay. Oh shit. Hang on. Didn't mean to click that. We're racing together. And where's the video at here? Sorry. Thought I was there already, but I guess not. Anyhow, there it is. Okay, so that's, see that? Randy Pobst. VIR 2003. So for those of you who need help calculating here, we're in the year 2025 now. So back when Randy Pobst was really kicking ass and making a name for himself, this guy was on his team setting up the car for him, and they would trade driving, I think, is what the situation was. You can watch these videos. And okay, so now fast forward, and this is where I'm really going to kind of get into hot water, but I'm just going to call a spade here, what's going on. I found out today, and I didn't know this before, I finally figured out why Randy Pobst is like talking to a fucking brick wall when it comes to rear caster. See, Michael Levitas is a pro at rear caster. He sets it up, okay? And Randy Pobst is clueless when it comes to rear caster. He didn't know that the C7 Z06 had rear caster. So when Randy Pobst and the Hagerty crew and whoever Randy Pobst was with on the C7 tests, when they would go and do their, I'm going to set up the car with my secret racing specs because I'm a professional race driver who's won lots of races and I'm going to set this car up. It turns out that he wrecked a C7 zr1, guys. I did not know this. He lost control of the car, spun it because of snap oversteer, which he explained in the video today. So let's get to that video real quick. Give me a second. Let me pull this up here. Give me a minute. You can find the video on the Vet Titans group of the Hagerty video, and I'll put the link in the comments in the description here. So anyhow, I find out that the reason why Randy Pobst is too embarrassed to admit that I'm correct is because he wrecked a fucking car because he wouldn't listen to me. And so he'll never fucking admit that I'm right about this because he has already gone down in history as blaming the car, and he blames the car again today. So guess what, Randy? You open the can of worms again. You can go fuck yourself, buddy, because we are going to teach people why you're an ignorant motherfucker, because this guy has got too much pride to tell you guys what the problems are with cars and how to prevent the problems. So instead, what's he do? He attacks.
Titanium.
He attacks.
I didn't see a problem with it.
I'm with you, man. I thought it looked pretty good inside, except for the seats.
Except for the seats. But that thing was so awesome. It would sit and misfire at idle and just shake the whole car. And then the shifter would break your wrist and the clutch just kneecapped you. It was so butch.
And best of all, from the outside, it was beautiful. I mean, it was tasteful. It was restrained.
Yeah, it looked like a Ferrari.
And in those days, Ferraris looked like Ferraris too. Maranello had stuck with the same formula as 348 became 355, became 360, and then F430. Then, a year after the C6 ZR1 came out, the 458. Each of those Ferraris beat their respective Corvette rivals in refinement and finesse, not to mention interior quality, but none of them could keep pace with the ZR1. That is, until Ferrari finally got serious about speed.
The C7 ZR1 came a decade after the C6 ZR1, and it was born into a different world. The mid-engine Ferraris had gained turbos and paddle shift. They were ZR1 quick, so the new ZR1 had to be faster. It was 750 horse. Once again, the most powerful Corvette ever made. And in fact, one of the most powerful front-engine rear-drive cars ever. But it still had trouble keeping up with the turbocharged Ferrari 488. And in trying to, uncontrollable.
He's reenacting.
One of these actually hurt me once. I was coming off a side street. I got a little aggressive with the throttle, kicked the tail out there. I grabbed the steering and I ripped it out of my hands, and I re-injured an almost healed torn rotator cuff. This car is diabolical.
The ZR1 had something the Ferrari 488 didn't, a traction problem. And the only solution was to move the engine behind the driver, just as the Italians had been doing in their sports.
Okay, guys, so here's what it comes down to. I've been saying forever that the reason why Randy Pobst has snap oversteer issues in the C7 ZR1 is because he doesn't know how to set up the rear caster. Lo and behold, he has literally lost control of these cars, and he blames ripping his shoulder on the car instead of the fact that he's too fucking ignorant to understand that the car has a rear caster setting, and he did the same thing that Mark Royce did. He spun it into the fucking wall. So the car has two flaws. The eDiff program, which somebody asked me to talk about on the C7s and C6s. The eDiff program, and I'm going to have to go through and make a whole separate video that talks about which C7 and which C6 models have which diffs, because there's several different things going on. It's a whole separate video. But the point is, this dude, to this day, has never admitted that the C7 model has rear caster. So as soon as you take Michael Levitas out of the equation, Randy Pobst is no longer a great driver, guys. He is another, how do I put it? There's a lot of people like him, unfortunately. There's a lot of people out there who are like, I'm the fastest driver. I can do this. I can do that. But they don't know how to fucking set up a car. They do not know how to fucking set up a car. So the Hagerty team and whoever Randy Pobst has driven for over the years, road and track, car and driver, whoever all he's driven for on these shootouts, these guys don't know about the rear caster. Otherwise, it would be published how important it is that if it's not within 0.01 decimals of each other, the two sides, and that they're both square with the horizontal, like a 90-degree angle with the horizontal, these guys just, they don't fucking get it. And so what they've done is they've gone to the C8 platform and bragged up the C8 platform. I would still love to see Randy Pobst drive a non-Z51 C8 and make that video. But the problem is Hagerty is in GM's pocket. Okay. They're all interconnected money-wise. These are, you know, this is GM's marketing right here. So you can rest assured Hagerty's making money on this to sing GM praises. In fact, in this, Randy Pobst starts to explain the positive and negative trade-offs to the C8 versus the C7, and Randy admits that he could enter the turn hotter in the C7, and before he could say that that's the negative trade-off to the C8, it's just completely edited out. So anyway, you'll see when you watch this. I'll put the link in the description. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Randy Pobst will not admit flaw, because... And by the way, the C6, which he set the lap record at Laguna Seca, the C6 Z06, That's because that car didn't have a rear caster setting. So when he and these guys, these doofuses at Hagerty, don't get me wrong, they make great videos, great video production quality, but do they know how to fucking align a car with rear caster? Fuck no. So the moment that you get away from a C6 zr1, which didn't have a rear caster setting, so they couldn't fuck it up, and you put them in a C7 zr1, we've done our special alignment on this car. Now I'm going to put the specs in the magazine article and all over the internet, and everybody, you should do the same thing. It's just like Rick Conti. We have our special alignment settings, and we think you should set your camber more flat. It's like no one should be touching their camber or their toe, because all you're going to do is fuck up your rear caster in doing so. Okay? That's really all there is to it. And all I get done hearing from idiots is how they're the fucking experts on cars, and they don't even know how to even set the fucking rear caster on these cars. I would love to see a video where someone just yanks, like a random drug test, someone yanks Randy Pobst aside and says, hey, here's a C7. We want to see you set the alignment on the car. And watch him fall on his fucking face. He has no fucking clue. Just like Misha. That's the other person I want to mention. Misha's the exact same way. I'm a good driver. I drive the ring every day. But this STO's a piece of shit. I'm a good driver. I drive cars all the time. But this C7 ZR1 is dangerous. Horrible. Yeah, because you touched the fucking alignment, Randy, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Just like the people who touched the alignment on the STO before they handed the keys to Misha. They didn't know what they were doing. And none of you guys have the fucking IQ to ever make an episode about rear caster and how important it is so that you don't rip your shoulder rotator cuff. This car's treacherous. You know what's treacherous, Randy? Is your fucking IQ that you can't fucking figure out what a rear caster angle is. I mean, it's fucking disgusting. You're putting people's lives in danger because you're too fucking proud to tell everybody the truth and admit, Brandon Byers is the one who pointed this out to me, and it turns out he's right. And I'm too fucking proud to admit it. That Titans guy's a son of a bitch. But you know what? It's probably going to save somebody's life, so maybe I'll fucking make a video about it. Randy Pobst can't do it. Go fuck yourself. Like, seriously, dude, you are too proud to save people's lives. Go fuck yourself. The only reason why you won those races with Michael Levitas is because he sat up the car for you. You are a mindless fuck, and you know it. And I wouldn't have gotten to this stage had you admitted your flaw years ago when I called you out about it years ago. You're still too fucking proud. I'm going to continue to annihilate you. You'll go to your grave, and my videos are going to get nastier and nastier. You're a piece of shit.